Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a good day. Um, Welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping, watching my video today. And I'm Sergeant Rusty. And I wanted to go over a achievement I was trying to accomplish, which was causing me a lot of trouble. I know it's not important, but I was running the autophage missions to get their words. I did get them all, which there are 889 of them. I got a sickness, but I could not get this autophage salvage to go up. I couldn't get the numbers to go up. You need 40 to get the highest medal achieved, because we don't run no second place here. I'm kidding. But I was doing it and I couldn't get the number to go up. And like I said, you need 40. I mean, there's a couple ways to do it. One of them is the missions. Now with the missions, when you come to these guys here, they'll give you a repair autophage mission, and there's a bug. What happens is, you take the mission, you fly to the spot, as you're running up on the autophage to repair it, as soon as you get close to it, the mission auto completes. So, the problem with that is, the problem is you will get all the rewards for doing the mission, the standing, the void motes, and the words. But you will not get credit for that other achievement that we were talking about. You only need to repair the autophage itself, and then the number will go up. If you complete the mission, number will not go up. You have to physically. You'll see when we do this here, when we go to repair the autophage, it'll go up. And that's one way. Now, I did a lot, way more probably research than I needed to. And there was all kinds of things that people would do, like reloading your save and going all the way out to your desktop and starting the game completely over again, taking the mission, abandoning it, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not saying there's not a way to do it. I just couldn't find it, and it just wasted a lot of time doing that. So, if you find the mission that works, I would say just keep working that over again until you get this, as long as you can go. I did 10 at one time, I think was my record. Normally be 1, 2, or 3. Because if you find a autophage that gives you a mission that works, that one's going to work all the time. So I would take the mission, fly there, repair the autophage, fly back to the camp, and as I'm standing in front of the guy that gave me the mission, I would abandon it, and I would take it again. I would keep doing that over and over till it stopped working again. Right? So you can do it that way, or the second way. You click on this here. That's what this paragraph means here. You do a mission to get the autophage salvage up. Or the other one is you find harmonic scrap. Now that harmonic scrap's found in a dissonant system on a dissonant world. It's all over the place. You can see it through your visor. I mean, it depends on your planet, the destinies they spawn in and all that. I've been on a couple planets where there was one every once in a while, and then there was just some everywhere you look. So, it depends. Like this game, you got to look around. But hindsight, I would probably go for harmonic scrap. That seemed a lot easier to do it. So it got me over the top. Because there's a lot of things you could do. I was over here restarting my machine, all this stuff, getting aggravated with it and everything, where I should just take the mission, gone about my day. If I found one that worked, it worked. And if not, I could went to the distant world. I was going for harmonic scrap. And as you're looking for harmonic scrap, and I would recommend, to have at least some sort of exocraft to go around it. And my favorite's a Nomad, but whichever one you want to use, you can really get some volume going there. That makes it a lot easier, but depending where on your game, you can find other things. Like I was on a distant world with salvage scrap, and I was looking for harmonic scrap. I was getting salvage, saw a lot of the new Corvette parts, stopping by some memory stones, picking up some words there. You know, also the planet with, you know, hopefully you find a planet. Their 3-star item is a nice curious deposit you can find. We could always use one of them. And just whatever, salvage data, whatever, you know, you're looking for. You can combo it up. And it seemed a lot better use of my time than trying to restart my computer all the time. But, you know, however it works for you, if you find it's Autophage that works, milk it. I usually don't like to cheese stuff like that, but for this, yes. Just aggravate. I know it's low priority. You know what I mean? I get it. I only hope this is that one person trying to do this. You know, I know it's very, very low priority, but I'm making the video anyway to help a couple people out, 2 other that are like me and want to try to get all these achievements. So that's why I'm doing it. But yeah, if you find a mission that works, just work it over and over again. Like, you know, abandon it in front of the guy, leave it active, and so he gives you a marker to get back to camp. And then as you stand in front of the mission giver, abandon it and do it again. Work that for all it's worth. Or just do it and then go get harmonic scrap. But I want you to be aware that the harmonic scrap is really easy. It really is. You know, just cruise around looking for stuff. Get whatever you need. Like I said, there's so many other things you can grab. You know, we all need looking for those Corvette parts, so that helps. Is there's salvage scrap on there or the bones or whatever you're looking for. It's amazing to see what people do with their saves. You know, every game is completely different. There's so many different ways to do different things. So that's it. So running the missions and looking for harmonic scrap. So, but we're going to run a mission now and see what happens. Okay? So, we'll just take this mission. Right? You usually get 2 or 3 words, 2 standing, and 400 or so void modes. Yeah, 420. So, we'll start it. Getting our fancy sentinel ship here. It took me forever to find. All right, we'll fly over here, see what happens. And if we fix it, fine. If it doesn't, if it auto-completes, then, you know, you'll see what happens then. You know, I've been chasing words lately. I don't know. I had a lot of tragedy in my life lately. I really couldn't stream that much, so I was doing stuff like this to keep my mind busy. But I hope that it helped you. All right, looks like this is our spot. Just keep it going. Normally I'd cut this out, but I want you to see, you know, I'm not cheating or anything. So 224. Oh, there he is. All right, let's see what happens when we run up to it. Okay, let us have it. All right, so hopefully I got everything. Magnetized ferrite, some sodium, and dihydrogen jelly. Oh, I didn't show you the credit. I should have showed you the credit. I think I had 52 before. Oh, 56. So maybe we'll do it again. Because I didn't show you the number. Let's do it again. So, I fixed the autophage. Like I said, if it's working, we'll go back to camp. And we have the marker to get us back there. I don't know how many times I was doing this, yo. Holy God. But when you got stitches... Oh, man. Alright. Here we go. Come in hot. Okay, bring him up. Okay. Now we just log abandoned mission. Okay, our number is 56. See if we can get this one to break. If you're running these missions, I grab all of them at the same time. And then I go out and then I come back. Right. Okay, well, off assistance. He'll give us the autophage again. Remember, we got 56. Maybe it'll break on us this time. Or maybe not. You never know. As you know, this game does what it wants. And it knows I'm making a video, so now it won't do it. For anybody that makes video, you know the deal. You want it to do it, it's not going to do it. Storms are out of control. Let's see where we are. 156. I don't think... Oh, there we go. Okay, so just double check. 56. Let's see what happens. Okay, let me get close. Right, dust and some microprocessor action. All right, get back of this thing. All right, coming in hot. Oh, we never did look. Okay, fixed it. We're up to 57. All right. So we'll do that over and over again. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop it here. Because I'm going to find one that breaks. And then I'll show you that and we'll come back. I do have a clip, but it doesn't match my numbers. I might use that one. So I'll show you which one... Right, what it looks like when it breaks. So give me a sec, everybody. Let me go find a broken one, and I'll be right back. Okay, everybody. Let's see if this is the one. We're sitting at 58. Let's see what happens. All right, see that? See that? It auto-completed. Now, if we go back to our number... It's still 58. It doesn't go up. You don't get that, like I said, unless you actually physically repair the autophage. So, you know, we'll still get credit for the mission. Here, I got to call my ship in. You'll still get credit. You'll get all the rewards, the motes, the void motes, the standing, the words, but you will not get any achievement on that achievement. So we'll go back to, you know, we'll go back to camp here. I'll show you. Sorry, I wouldn't have picked this planet or nighttime, but, you know, like I said, it knows I'm making a video, so it doesn't want to do it. You know. And these storms are out of control, man. They are ridiculous sometimes. All right, that's a different video. Sorry, I don't know what happened in there. All right. You see, I'm a very good driver. All right. Getting back to camp. Right, we can run to the guy. Or girl, I can't tell them apart. We get handed mission, and we'll get all the rewards. 2 standing, 4 inner, 2 void motes, and 2 words. And like I said, it's 889 words for me. I'm totally fluent, I guess, in Autophage now. That's what I was chasing. But, you know, you can... I would recommend at this point to just hand in the mission, get all the rewards, you know, that whatever you're chasing, and then let's go to a dissonant world, you know, and find some harmonic scrap. That's what we're going to do next. But if you find one that works, I would milk it for all that it's worth. That's another thing too. But like I said, the harmonic scrap seemed very productive. You know, I was able to get some salvage scrap, some words, some, you know, came across a few curious deposits. You know, you get the idea, but you'll see. I'll go find a dissonant system, and I'll show you what harmonic scrap's all about. So I'll see you in just a sec, everybody. Here we go. All right, welcome back, everyone. I finally found some. It took me a couple planets. I didn't find some right away. But in this one, I like this planet. We got salvageable scrap and on it, and some harmonic scrap. So all you do with this harmonic scrap is we'll go back, we'll check our numbers. We're at 58. So we'll go up here, fix this thing. All you do is run up to it. Okay, get him. Look at that. 10 quad servos. Look at that. What you get out of it? And then you get it. Okay, he's happy as a clam. I always give him some millennium. Just habit. And we go back to the number. We are now 59. And that's it. And then this planet here, like I said, now it's abandoned, but there's salvageable scrap on it. I would like to have one, you know, that has memory stones and all that other kind of stuff on it. But see, there's a salvage container right there we can go get. But yeah, so you see what I mean? It's just different planets. Ooh, I like these planets too, because you can really move. You can't see a lot of them sometimes in the rover itself. Let's see. The scrap will show up too on that. If it's see, there's some scrap over there. I don't know if it's the same, but you can see it. So you can do it in the roamer. Yeah, that's the one we just came from, I believe. Unless it was a different one. No, that's a totally different one. Oh, no, it's the same one. Okay. I was going to say. But yeah, you can see it from the rover, but I always get out. Let's see. We can go up in here. And like I said, you can collect things along the way. So if you're looking for whatever you need, you know, it's a lot of comboing. The salvage container. Let's see, what have I got here? Yeah. There it is. Turn up our... Let's move some volume here. You know, you can find a bunch of things that you're looking for. Words. I think there's memory stones on here. Got an ion barrier. And a cowling, but you know what I mean. And now if you are searching, right, another tip for me is pick a cardinal heading, like we're facing north here. Stay on the northern track. You can hit the scanner in the XO and look for stuff. But I've had a tremendous amount of success at just every once in a while getting around, put in your visor and just go in a circle. Right? And see what you see. I doubt there's any curious deposits on here or anything, but I just wanted to show you what the harmonics wrap looks like. You know, you got to look for a planet. It all is like something has to do with its spawn in and the density and stuff. Same with knowledge stones and all that. You know, some planets have more than others. So it might take you a couple times to find the right planet. And, you know, if you do find a really good one, the best thing you can do is just drop a base computer on it. You can always warp to a base computer. Just drop a base computer, mark the planet, put salvage scrap planet, or whatever. But you get the idea, and you can warp to it. Then if you come here a lot, you know, then you can build a base. But you can do a lot of things. You know, this is just one planet. We can keep going and going until you find the one that you like. But that's another way to get that achievement. And I did it a lot, and I found a lot of stuff. You know, a lot of salvage data. You know, there's none on this planet, but you know, it wouldn't be a waste of time as I'm screwing around looking for harmonics. I'm digging up salvage scrap, so get all those Corvettes parts. But you get the idea, and so I hope this was helpful. And I was clear on what I was trying to accomplish. I mean, I appreciate you coming by and watching. It's a very low level thing. I understand that. But it was something I was having trouble with, so I just wanted to make a video to see if it could help somebody else. And that's how we do it. You know, I do stream live on Twitch. I've kind of been away for a while, but I'm coming back. And I do stream this game a lot, so if you ever want to come by for any reason and say hello, I would love to see you. And no matter what I'm doing in my game, if I'm playing some No Man's Sky, just ask your question, man. Just ask it. And ladies, ask it. And, you know, I've done a lot. I've got more than 2,000 hours now in this game. And, but I am not the smart one. I got the smartest, greatest community in the world. They know all about everything there is to know. I mean, I know some, but it's the chat I have that's really fantastic. We got a Discord with their own coordinates exchange. You know, when we find exotic things, we put it down. That's another tip I have for you. If you come across some unique planet, or you find a ship, or, you know, you find a nice curious deposit, you know how this game is. I would suggest that you start building yourself your own little personal library of monumental things that you found. So if something happens to your game, you know, you have this library, and you can always run the portal, go back to the planet and get them coordinates and, you know, get your stuff back. I expect you to be in creative too. If something happens to you, save. That's rule number one. Go to creative, get your stuff back. You know what I mean. But so, yeah, if you ever want to come by, come on by. So I'll leave my links in the description below. Like I said, I appreciate you coming by. I've been trying to do more on YouTube, so I appreciate you watching today. So all I can say is good travels, everybody. And I hope this helps somebody. If you're doing this, because it was saving me a lot of, like I said, just if the missions aren't working, just take the rewards, move on to something else. You know, come do this for a little while, and you'll find yourself a lot less aggravated than I was. And so let me cut it off here, because I have a great gift for rambling, saying a lot of things and not accomplishing anything. So I'm going to end it here. And have a great day, everybody. Good travels, like I said. Hope you find what you're looking for. You never know what you're going to find either. You never know. So that's it, everybody. Going to end it, like I said. Have a great day, night, wherever you are. And thanks for everything. Talk to you later, everybody. Bye.